All right. Great day, great day, great day. It's me. It's me. Happy YouTube day. I was recording at like 11 minutes and then I had to stop. Thanks, CJ. Excuse me. Anyways, let's talk. So, Loving Me Challenge. Did a Loving Me Challenge for the month of February. For the month of February. Slow down, Russell. I did a Loving Me Challenge for the month of February. The purpose was, and I get the purpose because I didn't get it at first, but the purpose is just to get tapped into really who I am. So what I did was I wrote down one word of different things I've heard about me, positive things, and I put it on a sticky note, rolled it up, put it in a bag, shook it up, and I pulled out a word a day. So Monday through Thursday was a new word, and Friday was a YouTube day. And YouTube day for 4 weeks. First week was regards to love and friends. Second one was love and family. Third one was relationships. And the last one is Here We Are, to show what I've learned in the month. That's the point of today's video, just to say like what I've learned, what I felt, what the challenges were, and what's next. So, I would say this challenge was challenging because it was uncomfortable. And at first I couldn't figure out why I was so uncomfortable. And then it clicked because this goes against everything that I was told. It goes against a lot of things that I felt about myself. And it was just a lot. But it was necessary. I'm definitely proud of the results. Definitely proud of just how it made me feel. So here we are. Here we are. I think I said in one of my videos, but I was like, I really let people play on my top. Like, I really let people play with me for a long time. Family, friends, coworkers, you name it. People I was dealing with on an intimate level, I really let people fucking play with me. And it was necessary to catch on. But I understand a lot of the issue was me. I understand Cat Williams. And the thing about it is I protected a lot of people's images while letting mine be tarnished in certain areas and by certain people. And I think I've gotten to this Cat Williams era to where I think I said, and the thing is that I've let people talk about me. I've let people say things that were contrary to this, you know? And it's just time to, like I said, my Cat Williams era. If you want me to say good things about you, if you want me to have respectable things, then maybe you should be more nicer to me. I've had friends dog me out, and it's like, damn, like, nigga, you stayed with me before for free. And I looked out, you know? And that's multiple times, just open in my home. And it's crazy because I was never that person that made people feel uncomfortable. And I think that was the problem. And then it's like I look at on the contrary, and when tables, but I think I looked at it when tables turned. I don't want to say I never wanted people to just do that, but it was like, be kind. And don't take advantage. And I think that's the thing I didn't see when people stayed with. I don't look at people like opportunities. And I think a lot of times I encounter people who looked at me like an opportunity because they saw my heart. They saw my heart in a way to where it could be easily manipulated, and they did it. I can say one time in particular where I protected someone's image. I had a cousin I stayed with one time before, and it was crazy. We both started working at a job together. And I'm at this point to where, listen, people done said enough stuff about me to where at this point I'm just telling my truth. because a lot of people lied on me, and I let them lie on me, and I let them walk around like they were a victim and shit. Well, no, you were the monster. But anyways, so staying with them, and they quit. No, it's the first thing they. So I started working a couple of days after I moved there, and first thing they did was ask for rent money. I'm like, I just got here, but they wanted the money then. So all right, cool. And the next thing that happened was we're working together, and I remember they quit. And I'm still working the little temp job or whatever. And I like those customer service. And I remember I would get to and from work. Mind you, when I first got there, it was like, we gonna do this, that, and the other. And then once it was like, okay, cool. But me, I'm real chill. I like what I like. I like do what I like to do. Like I am who I am. And I understand, like, sometimes, like, people don't like to do shit that I like to do. But I just be chilling, you know? So, we ended up going to work. So, I put gas in the car. I put gas in the car one day, and then the next day, dropped me off at work, and car had it was past 3/4 full. And got in the car when it was time to pick me up. Oh, you gotta put gas in the car. Just put gas in the car yesterday. Oh, well, I had to go do this, and then I had to go do this for my mama. And I'm just sitting like, that's not my problem. And in that instance, it was kind of like, well, I'm doing you a favor. Okay, when does that? But I put gas in the car, so and I think it's so crazy. I look back over situations where it's like, even with rides, I'd give a person gas money, and I'd be like, all right, let me go and give this to you in advance, because it would be a regular thing. And it was a couple of different situations where people where I gave them gas money to fill up their car to get me to and from work. And I get it, a little extra, and I would do extra just in case they had something to do. But you used it, and I think the craziest thing about it is they would use it all, and then right afterwards, the next day or 2 days later, and they'd be like, oh, I need more gas, I just gave you gas. Oh, well, I had to do this, that, and the other. Okay, why didn't you manage that with that person? Or then it turns in, well, my car got a V8 or a V12. Again, if you know the situation, but again, I would end up, okay, cool, I got it. But I think it was so crazy because in the situation with the person with the first I was talking about, they really made it seem like I took advantage of them when there was nothing that could be taken advantage of. I worked, went to sleep. That was kind of what it was. I wasn't out and about, going to the club. And I think it's this crazy thing to where people want to tell me what to do. And that was the problem. People felt like they could tell me what to do, and I was something to make them feel good about themselves because they shit wasn't popping. And they knew they weren't doing shit with themselves, so they felt like I'm doing this for little Russell, I'm doing this for Russell. And it's kind of like, but are you really? I remember I had another family member dogged me out to the core, had so much to say about me, but didn't tell the whole story of what was really going on. And I think that's the thing is I was always under that whole rule of you don't say what goes on in the house. And people knew I wasn't, my loyalty. And people know I wasn't going to turn against them. But they also didn't know I was going to hear what I was going to hear. And it's people still walking around to this day. And it's so crazy because I got a person that's so crazy that I realized didn't really like me. And I had to play like they liked me when they passed away. I had to play like it was so much love, and really it was no love. And it was in a place where I thought love was, I thought the way people were treated, I thought that was love. I thought that it was love when people did that stuff to you, because they're doing, ultimately, even if I disagree with what they're doing, they're still doing something for me, and that's them showing that they love me. I was taught that manipulation was love. And I learned, and the first thing, it started with my family first. And a lot of people don't want to have that conversation, but it's the truth. And then it's so crazy because we'll deal with people on a certain level, and we'll deal with people on a certain level, and then they'll bash us. They'll bash us, but then the moment they pass away, it's all this love, and I'm just sitting here in the funeral like, you didn't like me, but I gotta play a role like you cared when you did it. I've been in situations where people have used my name just. I remember a situation where I got an auntie that nobody cares for or whatever, and she had told me something that wasn't a big deal, and I had a conversation about it. Again, I'm not thinking of something that's unrepeatable because it's not a big of a deal, because it's about me. It's about me, and I wasn't even mad. And it was something my papa had said, and I wasn't mad about it. That's my papa. I still love my papa. And it turned into so much drama. And the reality was, people didn't like one person, so they spun all this drama out of control and made it seem like it was and they made it seem, everybody made it seem like they were trying to protect me or they were on my side. But it's like, y'all weren't really fucking with me during this time. So how are y'all protecting me? And I think, and it is, again, manipulation. And I remember I defended the aunt that did nothing wrong, and then it blew back on me, and I'm getting cussed out. And I think, and again, what was the family, friends, relationships? I let people hurt me, and then thinking that time, distance, and a hug was an apology. You know, you've always been my baby. No, nigga, you weren't fucking with me, so it is what it is. It's just crazy thinking about it. Even friends. I said I never wanted to be this person, but I've learned I have to be this person. And it's like two things can both be true. You can be kind and be a bitch. You can be loving and be an asshole. And I think I'm embody all four of those things. But I think I've embraced the fact that I'm a dope ass person. I'm a great ass friend. I look back over my track record, and I think about this. It's like I'm always sitting there looking at my own track record and judging and coming down on myself. But the crazy part about it is, I get talked down on by people, and I know their track record. Like, you talking about me and what I might crazy thinking about. I was in my 20s. I was out there. I was being a typical 20-year-old. 20, 21, freedom, out for the first time, in my own place, in a new city, car, doing whatever I wanted to do, and doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And it's crazy because I got judged a lot because people didn't agree with my sexuality. So some people had something to say. But it's like when my older cousins were doing the same thing, you know, being married, but bringing their side pieces to family gatherings. Nobody had nothing to say, but it's like me being single, doing what the fuck I wanted to do, it was a problem. It's crazy, isn't it? I remember I heard about what a family member was saying about me, and it was like, I know he out there doing this, that, and then it's like, you a ho-ho. You a ho-ho. But I really carried on titles and words and being called certain things by people who, I remember I had a cousin called me the F word. Called me the F word. And it really, and I remember it clicked. I'm like, you a whole fucking bum. And you sitting there calling me this. And I'm not one. I'm in my 20s. You're in your damn near 40s and you're a bum. We're not the same. And it's crazy because I'm sitting there looking like, and it's like, I had my best friends try to remind me because I'm hard on myself, you know, being 30 at my mom's house, but I have health issues. I'm not here because I want to be, so I have to be. There's no other option right now, you know? And then I look at other people in their situation, just like, and it's not saying don't come out, but it's like you talking about my shit, but you're a whole bum. You have no excuse. No excuse. I go to dialysis. I work part-time, but that shit is like a full-time on my body. And like, come on now. You know? And it's like I learned to give myself so much grace. Like, I'm really a dope ass nigga. Like, I persevere, I overcome, I push through shit that a lot of people wouldn't have survived. Surviving, dealing with grief and trauma at a young age, surviving, dealing with being positive, and then kidneys failing, and then finding out you have a cancerous tumor, car accidents, all these different things. And it's just like, what the fuck? And it's like, I remember my grandma passed away. The next day I was in dialysis. I remember when my papa passed away the next day, and my papa passed away the day before my birthday. I found out I was HIV positive the day before my 30th birthday. And it's like, damn, like birthdays just don't do me no justice, but I'm still sitting there getting up, pushing and moving. I look at when my auntie passed away. My auntie passed away the next day, made sure my cousin was straight, got him on the bus to go back home to North Carolina. Next day was back at fucking work. Back at fucking work. Tumor. Had a tumor. Found it was cancer. Got that shit removed. It should have been recovering for about a month. First week I took off. The next week was a partial took off. I was asked to come back to work. I went back to work. Stitches busted open by the end of my shift. Didn't realize to look, my shoulder was bleeding. It's still sitting there pushing. Still sitting there pushing. Seeing shit and surviving shit, and they even touched 40. And I'm walking around letting bum ass, trifling ass, no good ass people who hoe when they supposed to be married talk about me. And I took on these titles by people who weren't qualified to put me in a box. And I let them. I let myself be judged by people who weren't qualified, who couldn't even hold a match to me. Realizing I'm a dope ass, but I remember when my ex came in, sending positive energy, and it's like, all I got in my system was a whole boy go to hell. I'm straight over here. Keep that shit over there where you at. I didn't say it. I'm saying this now. I ain't say it because that was my page, but over here, I'm at a place where everybody's like, you know, be positive. No, I'm keeping that shit a buck now. Everybody's always taught, and it's crazy because I was always being classified as being rude, but I never was a person to show my ass in public. I've always been kind in public. I've always known there's a time to and a time not to. In private conversations, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. You don't want me to be an asshole? Be nice to me. You don't want to sit there? You don't get out my way. You don't want to be cool with me? Go. And I also realized in this journey, and as I get ready to close the video, I'm not lacking in the love area. My mom used to always sit there and say, and she still says it, my best friend is Chloe. My best friend is Latrice. My best friend is Daniel. Those are the best friends. She knows them. You know, I have 5 best friends. Like my mom, they always say, your mama gonna know who your real friends are Your mom gonna know who your real friends are. And it's like, I wish in a lot of ways I would have listened to her. But now I get it. I know who my real friends are. But you can't be everybody's friend. Knowing when to and when not to, co-workers, and I think she was right. Mom was right. My daddy was right. He said the same shit. You know? And it's true. So I don't lack in the love area. I got some great best friends. I got 2 parents who love me dearly. I understand from their perspective. I even know, like, my mama loves me. My mama loves me down. And I realize that from the place of, but I understand her perspective. It's hard as a mom to watch your child be sick. But mama loves me. My daddy, I call my daddy for anything. My daddy loves me to death. I'm 38 years old. My daddy will put somebody in the ground about me. I mean, in the ground, like, you gonna be face down. You're not even gonna be looking up in the sky. You're gonna be sitting, you're gonna permanent nap on your stomach about me. That's how my daddy is about me. I got 2 great parents that love me. Not perfect. I'm not perfect neither. I got some great best friends. My siblings, even if we don't talk, shit go down. It's gonna show up. I mean, my family's not perfect. I got some family I fuck with, some I can't fuck with. I'm never fuck with ever again in life. But I do got some great people in my life. I got some dope ass cousins. But it was a reality is I'm not lacking in any area at all. So if I come across anybody going forward, and I got some great friends, I ain't gonna hold you. But I realize it's like anything else that comes in is a bonus. I don't need it. And that's not showing a lack of gratitude, but it's like anything is a bonus. And then I'm learning that even considering people a friend, like I have 2 new friends, not really new, because Erica's not new. Erica and JoJo are new, but I got Erica and JoJo and Mika, and those bonds are growing, and it's like I'm learning that it's, and I'm grateful because I don't think a year or 2 ago I would have been ready for these types of friendships, but I am. So, what's next? Some dope ass shit. What's next? Great ventures. I got my samples for my hoodies. I got my sample for my polo that's gonna come out, so I'm excited. So it's up at this point. It's up, pumpkin. So what's up? But great things. I'm about to do what the fuck I want to do, how I want to do it. I've been doing that anyway, but I'm about to really show out. But what I've learned is I'm special, I'm important, I'm kind, I'm loved, I'm deserving. And just because people couldn't appreciate it was because they didn't have the bandwidth or their bank account. And I'm not saying finances as far as they weren't emotionally rich, they weren't rich in character, they weren't rich in integrity. So their bank accounts, when it comes to integrity, character, and honesty, they didn't. They were broke in those areas. They were broke in those areas, and that's okay. But here we are. Here we are. It's time to do some great shit. Do whatever you want to do. I got both my nostrils pierced today, and I got these 2 little things that baby, listen, it's up. And I realized, like, I am not an ugly, but I'm very attractive. I'm attractive inside and out. I may not be the smallest crayon in the work, in the crayon box. However, when it comes to character, when it comes to integrity, I'm that nigga. I'm grateful. I didn't list names of everybody that I do love and care about, but I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my parents because they developed this. Even with the bad times, they developed this. And I'm grateful for them. because I love them and we're all in good places. Chloe, Treese, Xenia, Crystal, Sierra, Mama Taylor, Erica, Tamika, Jesus, hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Jeremiah, Javon, Barry, Tristan, Eric, Shantae, Cecilia, Tim, Michael, Aaron, Audrina, Robert, Kayla, Grandma Brooks, Little Jessie, Grandma Jessie, Granny Haynes, Gamma, Miss Sean Ann, Miss Danielle, Auntie Brenda. Oh gosh. Aunt Sloan, Aunt Julie, just my grandma. Can't forget my grandma, both my grandmas, my papa, Vendale. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. Mike. I can't forget about Mike. I said all those names. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Each of you contributed to this. So thank you. Miss Karen. Oh, Miss Karen. Miss Karen, Miss Karen, Miss Karen. Miss Karen. So many people I can thank, and it's just, I'm grateful. Like I told you, not liking in the love department. Damn, I feel like I'm forgetting people. I feel like I'm forgetting people. But if you know me, you know I love you. Don't charge it to an account or lack of love. It just charge to my head, not my heart. As my grandma would say. But real people who know that they're special, even if I don't say their name or I've forgotten their name, they know they're not forgotten. So, but it's time for me to go rest and enjoy the rest of my day. I love you all. Thank you all for everything that you've done. All right, love you.